Bob Humphrey with another tip from Yamaha Outdoors. And today I'm going to talk about food plots, but I'm going to talk about a special kind of food plot, a last-minute food plot. Imagine for a minute that you're out scouting for the upcoming hunting season, and like a lot of people, you probably maybe 2-3 weeks before the season, you think it's plenty of time. All of a sudden you find this really hot spot and you think, man, this would be a great place for a food plot. But the season's only 2 or 3 weeks away, so you have 3 choices. One, you can put a little mark on your GPS and save that aside for next year when it comes time to building food plots. 2, you can put up a tree stand and hunt it the way it is and hope for the best. Or 3, you can build a last-minute hidey-hole food plot. Now, food plot pioneer Grant Woods first coined the term hidey-hole food plots. You can call them no-till food plots, throw and grow food plots, whatever term you want to apply. It's a type of food plot that is very easy, very quick, and also very inexpensive to build. Now, when building your throw and grow food plot, you really don't need much equipment. A simple hand rake or a leaf blower to clear off the duff on the forest floor, a hand spreader, or you could even just spread your seed and your fertilizer by hand. That's about it. Stuff that you can buy at the local hardware store or the local feed store. You can throw it on a backpack, or you can throw it on the back or in the bed of your side-by-side on the racks of your four-wheeler and ride right out with minimal effort. There's a few things to keep in mind when choosing a site. Obviously, as I mentioned in the opening, you might find just a perfect spot, a real hot spot that you got to jump right on and put a food plot. But maybe you go out with the idea that you're going to look for a place where you can do a no-till or throw and grow food plot. You want to find a place where deer are already going anyway, because it's a lot easier to make them go where they want to go than to try to make them go someplace that they're not used to going. So along or near a regular trail is one good idea. Another thing is you want some kind of a forest opening. This is a little bit dense in here, but right where I'm standing, there might be just enough under here. It's kind of a, you have to play the odds, because if there's too much sunlight reaching the forest floor, it's probably already densely vegetated, and it's going to take too much effort to clear that living vegetation and then the leaves and the duff underneath. If it's not enough sunlight, then your efforts are going to be wasted, because you're going to do all this, throw down the seed, throw down the fertilizer, pray for rain, and then it doesn't grow because it doesn't have enough sunlight. So try to find a good mix, somewhere in between, where it's not too much effort to just rake off or blow off the leaves and duff, get it right down to bare soil, throw down your seed, and you can walk away. Okay, so the cookbook instructions and materials that you need are something like this. Again, step 1 is to clear away the leaves, the pine needles, and the duff, and get it right down to bare soil. To do that, you can either use a backpack leaf blower, or you can simply use a hand rake, and just like you're raking the front lawn, scrape away all that stuff, get it right down to bare soil. You're ready for step 2, which is to treat the soil. And we're talking of an area probably roughly 400 square yards, 20 yards by 20 yards. So you don't need a lot of material. I would say 25 to 50 pounds of lime, 25 to 50 pounds of 19 fertilizer. Now, that may not be the perfect prescription for that. If you were really serious about building a food plot, you'd want to take a soil sample. You'd want to send that in, you'd wait for it to come back, and then they'll tell you how to treat the soil. But we're in a hurry here. We want this thing, we want to plant it today, and we want to be in here hunting within 2 to 3 weeks. So we're going to overstep that piece, and we're just going to go for it and hope that lime and that fertilizer is going to be enough. And then we're going to throw down our seed mix. And you want a blend that is specifically designed for this type of food plot. That's a very fast-growing annual seed. And you can go online, you can look up some of these things. Just about any good wildlife seed company has at least one, and often several mixes that are designed for these no-till, these quick throw and grow food plots. Make sure you use one that's designed for that. Otherwise, your results are not going to be as good as they could be. Okay, again, just some of the materials that you'll need to do this last minute food plot. A rake, a simple hand rake. you don't have a backpack leaf blower, and in some cases this might be a better option anyway, because you can really dig down into the soil if there's a lot of duff, particularly in places like where I live. Hand spreader, that's all you need. Put your lime, put your fertilizer, put your seed in here, turn the crank, and broadcast it all onto the plot. And then the seed itself. And again, pick a blend because soil and moisture conditions vary, and one species of plant might do better than another. You want to make sure at least something comes up in your plot. And pick a blend that's designed for this very quick, throw it on the ground, quick germination, high attractivity, high nutrient content very early on, 2-3 weeks growth, and the deer are on it and they're eating it, and then you're out there hunting it. Now the real easy recipe says that once you're done spreading seed, lime, fertilizer, you just step back and pray for rain. But if you want to improve the odds of the successful growth a little bit more, it wouldn't hurt to go back over that plot and just walk over it and compress the soil. That gives you a little bit better seed to soil contact. Or even better, just take your Viking or your Grizzly and ride over it a few times, ride around back and forth. The weight of the machine, the tires will compress the soil, give you much better seed to soil contact, so when that rain does come, you're going to have a better germination rate of the seed that you put down. Okay, so just to recap, throw and grow a hidey-ho food plot. You find the right spot, you clear away the leaves and the duff, you put down your seed, your lime, your fertilizer, and tamp the soil down a little bit, and then wait for rain. Depending on the climate where you are, 2-3 weeks, it may be ready to hunt. That about covers it for this time, but please check back again soon and often with the